I'm not leaving.
I'm not fucking leaving.
What's up, guys? It's your boy, Benny. Some breaking news here. Project Veritas has announced the fate of James O'Keefe at the organization. Of course, Project Veritas is a household name. Some of the biggest bombshell stories have broken from this organization. I would argue probably the most important investigative news organization existing on the planet. Come at me. Argue with me. We have been silent on this brouhaha going on at Project Veritas. Well, why? Because this ecosystem is very, very small. Conservative media is very powerful. I think it's more powerful, pound for pound, than the corporate media, even though the corporate media has trillions of dollars and hundreds of thousands of more reporters. We actually pack a better punch because we tell the truth. Project Veritas is, of course, the tip of the spear with investigations, with some bombshell investigations through the years, making it an essential organization in the conservative media ecosystem, founded by James O'Keefe, who is my friend. And I had reached out to James when this story broke, and I said, what the F is going on, man? Because this story broke last week, that James O'Keefe is on paid leave from Project Veritas. Well, what's this about? James O'Keefe, the founder of Project Veritas, has been taken paid leave from the conservative nonprofit organization's board to consider whether to remove him from a leadership position, according to current and former employees of the organization. Huh? That's insane. I tweeted at the time, James O'Keefe did nothing wrong, but I didn't, but I didn't know any better. All I could do was absorb the information from the corporate media, just like you. An internal message sent to Project Veritas employee and the organization's executive director said that O'Keefe would be taking a few weeks of well-deserved PTO, paid time off. An image of the message was shared with a source familiar to the organization and its operations and the authenticity of the current employee. When reached out for comment on his personal cell phone, O'Keefe said nothing in response and did not follow up with any calls or text messages. I reached out to James O'Keefe and I said, what's going on here? Are you on paid leave from your own organization that you made famous? And James O'Keefe actually hadn't commented publicly about this. James O'Keefe's last tweet to his 1.1 million followers was, "These are the times that try men's souls." This was sent at the beginning of February, first week of February. And this says that big tech was threatening to ban Project Veritas. And that was James's last tweet after, of course, the bombshell investigation into Pfizer that went super international viral. I think you have 11 million views on this video. You probably have maybe 30 million views on their original video. So anyway, this is without question the largest. This is 8 million views. The largest investigation. This is at the tail of the largest investigation that Project Veritas has ever released. Scrolling through James O'Keefe's Twitter here, 31 million. Look at that, 31 million views. 31 million views. That's like, by the way, that's the viewership of all cable news networks combined for an evening. That's everyone's views combined for an evening is 31 million views. So that's Project Veritas having incredible power here. So then suddenly James O'Keefe is kicked off of the board. James O'Keefe responded to me. I've known James for a very, very long time. He and I worked hand in glove with Andrew Breitbart together. James O'Keefe is a dear friend and confidant. And James did not want me to comment on the record about this because, as we've just now found out, this turned out to be fake news, or it turned out to be something that was put down quickly. We'll show you Project Veritas's released statement in just 1 second. James sent me something that he wanted me to bring to your attention when I asked him about this. And this is Swig. Swig from Old Row, totally based individual, big fan of Swig. He says, I have obtained a cease and desist letter sent to Project Veritas' board of directors by a law firm representing a large group of donors. From my source, the bigwig donors at Project Veritas are not taking the board's action against James O'Keefe lying down. It looks like they have hired a big-name law firm and sent a letter that seems to suggest the board is running afoul of Virginia law and exposing themselves to substantial liability. Why don't they understand? James O'Keefe is Project Veritas. Project Veritas is James O'Keefe. We the people stand with James. Seth Dillon from the Babylon Bee saying, oh my, big eyeballs. So that's what many people said online. Many people were like, what the hell is going on here? Why would the board be removing the man who is Project Veritas? This is James O'Keefe's organization. He started I think a decade or more ago, at least. And how could you possibly do away with James O'Keefe? James O'Keefe is Project Veritas. Project Veritas is James O'Keefe. And it sounds like Project Veritas is now agreeing with that. A statement from Project Veritas released less than 30 minutes ago, ladies and gentlemen, brought to you here, perhaps first on YouTube. At Project Veritas, we believe in radical transparency coupled with respect, empathy, and honesty. A few weeks ago, a number of our staff members provided leadership with some verbal feedback describing real management concerns regarding the treatment of people at our internal processes. This prompted the board to solicit feedback from additional staff members. That internal letter was leaked, the initial leaking letter that led to this reporting, okay? So Project Veritas is saying that that's an authentic letter. The narrative is being portrayed is by reference to this letter is patently false. So they're saying that this headline is false. Let's continue. James was not removed from Project Veritas. Nowhere in that letter is there ever a suggestion to remove James from the organization. So apparently this was all based on fake news. Incredible. The fake news hate James O'Keefe so much that they manufactured out of whole cloth a narrative based on a authentic internal letter that had nothing to do with James O'Keefe being removed. There were more than 16 employees that provided feedback. This letter was not the only feedback collected. James is the hardest working person I have ever met. Those who know him well, and he will not take time off unless he is forced to. Interesting. Okay? Again, this is being written by the executive director of Project Veritas and on behalf of the board of directors. So this isn't one like single dude writing this. This is presumably the entire organization. The Project Veritas board of directors is made up of seasoned and active members of the communities with many years of serving on other boards. They do not get paid by Project Veritas. They are multi-year donors. They love James. They're volunteers handpicked by James. This is what made it so strange, right? Because why would the board that was handpicked by James be kicking James out of the organization? And many people said that this was because Pfizer sunk their filthy tentacles into the organization and their fangs and were engaging in retribution against James O'Keefe. Apparently, that is not true. I am not on the board of directors as executive director. Again, this is Daniel Strack writing. I am an officer of the organization. My role is to manage our team and to create better processes and procedures to help address the concerns of our team, our board, and James O'Keefe. While I understand that the timing of the situation alongside the biggest story in our organization's history was confusing and very easy to come up with conspiracy theories, those conspiracy theories were like that James O'Keefe was kicked out or that Pfizer was able to buy Project Veritas and then kick him out. Pfizer does buy a lot of media and does influence a lot of press. This is how they're able to get away with their crimes. I assure you that we are still in no way and will never be bought by Pfizer. Pfizer also paid the largest criminal penalty in American history just a couple of weeks ago. So, dirty organization. Nor do we have any political preferences for any candidate running for office. I have always been and remain committed to working with James and the Project Veritas team, who I am proud to be part of, continue our mission to expose and deliver truth to the American people without fear or favor. In Veritas, again, Daniel Strack. And on behalf of our board of directors. So this is the board of directors. Let me condense this down for you. It was worth reading the entire thing. This is our board of directors straight up saying that Project Veritas, James O'Keefe, has not been removed from the organization, will remain as CEO. That's the breakdown. More importantly, this letter goes into detail about how because of listen, man, I've been part of the creative process and the team building process. It is a bloody process. It is the most difficult thing to possibly do is manage creative. You want a good and easy life? Like, go manage accountants, right? Managing creatives and video creators and things like that, like that's tough because those people are built different, man. Like they are not linear. And it's hard to like wrangle together creatives for a creative process and also to absorb the pressures of the entire world. The FBI raided James O'Keefe over Ashley Biden's diary, right? So James O'Keefe's getting his house raided by the FBI. He's fighting obviously one of the most evil organizations on planet Earth, Pfizer. And, maybe he lost his cool somewhere. I don't know. What I'm saying is I've been part of the internal building process from the ground up of a creative team, and everyone has their breaking point. So maybe what happened here was that some of the employees were being worked too hard, or, you know, somebody said something that wasn't taken correctly or misconstrued, and the board of directors said, maybe it's time for James O'Keefe to take paid vacation. That's what they said here in the letter, that James O'Keefe is taking paid vacation, paid time off. He's the most hardworking person I've ever met. Those who know him well, and he will not take time off unless forced to. So maybe James has been working so hard, he needs time off. This actually does happen inside of major corporations, where they like force some of their biggest people to like take time off and go zen and go be at peace. Jack Dorsey famously traveled to, I don't know, Bhutan or something like that, to go sit in a Zen Buddhist temple for a while. I don't think that's what James is doing. I highly doubt it. But anyway, that's what apparently this board decided, that it was good for James to have a little bit of time off, because as somebody who knows James very, very well, he is the hardest working person on earth. And obviously the results show for it. So maybe this was people who love James saying that James needs to like have a little bit of like chill. I don't know. That's certainly what the letter says. And that James is the CEO. James is not kicked out of Project Veritas. And that these mongrels here at the New Yorker are lying to you. That is all made up. So this is all fake. This entire story. Look at this. Look at this story. 2,000 words on James O'Keefe. And of course, this ping pong balled its way all around the internet, and everyone had these mean things to say about James O'Keefe. It's all garbage. It's all fake news. I will say I am a close ally, advocate, and friend of James. He's a friend of mine. And James O'Keefe is the best there is. I've been vocally in support of James O'Keefe through all of this fake news. I wish they had written this letter faster. Why did they let it happen? Why didn't they write this the day that this broke? This was clearly something that was wrongfully reported in order to hurt James. And so we are going to use all of our platforms to set the record straight. James is an asset and the greatest investigative reporter of his era, period. He's in Cooperstown. And so, of course, we stand with James O'Keefe. We always have. We tweeted that the second we heard about this. And I'm glad that I didn't jump to any conclusions and do any, stories promoting fake news. We do not ever want to promote fake news on this channel. So instead, we waited for the truth to come out, and here we are. James O'Keefe, Project Veritas, carry on. And James, when you're back from your much-needed vacation, well, then I hope that you get right back to work. And I'm sure that this fake news tryst will just make you more motivated to get back to work and to keep exposing these frauds and these liars. Godspeed, James O'Keefe. Ladies and gentlemen, we defend Project Veritas. We defend patriots like James O'Keefe because we love America. We fight for America right alongside with you. My name is Benny Johnson. See ya. Thank you for watching. Our channel is here to meme the libs until they cry and then to meme them crying. Their tears, they taste just like sweet, delicious ice cream. Salty, too. We ridicule the establishment and the libs because of you. Your support keeps us going. So if you like what you saw, please punch the subscribe button, click like, and ring the little bell so that you know when we're live. Don't you want to know when we're live? And make sure that you subscribe to our email list, just in case the plug gets pulled, as tends to happen. If you want to see more of our videos, click here or here. My name is Benny Johnson. Stay free, base patriots.